so their routes around won the Arrowhead. This is our first race in B-Class, which we reluctantly signed up for after winning the C-Class championship last year. What could go wrong? Let's head to the line and find out.
What are you doing next to me, man? What do you sign up for? 250? 250B? Thank God I'm open, B. Woo, you gonna kick my ass, man.
I'll make sure I get out front of you real fast so we ain't gonna deal with it.
Hey, that's perfect. I appreciate that.
Yeah, let's go racing.
Yep. Well, this is absolutely terrifying. Look at this guy getting jumpy with it, dude. Standing up and braking? What? I'm going too fast for any sort of comfort here, and as we get into the woods, the GoPro kind of does some magic on the lens. You can't see anything, dude, and when we were walking the trail, we were walking over tree stumps and potholes and roots and all the fun stuff. I was taking my time. I didn't want to fall and die. But here we are getting up to the hill climb, dude. People, I'm just in the way. my C-Class butt cheeks ain't used to keeping up with the pace of these guys, man. I figured I'd let them go on and get out and get out of their way. We're getting up this hill climb, man. I can't see anything, dude. I'm praying. I'm letting the recluse do all the work. We get up to this section here, and I go off the trail. I'm not where I need to be. Go ahead and correct ourselves and see if we can compose ourselves, put ourselves back together. Now that we've successfully conquered that hill with impeccable form and technique, we're gonna go down this hill. And you were kind of playing a game the entire day of roosting someone or getting roosted. It was difficult to make any moves happen when you did end up catching somebody, because the visibility got worse and worse the closer you got to them. And I felt like the first lap, we kind of had a conga line that was like really well spaced out. No one really could go very fast. Everyone was crawling, no one could see. Yeah, just a giant conga line of everyone just trying to survive. It was a great time. Figured we'd go ahead and move out of the way for this buddy. Maybe we can hold on to him until we can't see or breathe anymore. We are racing in I guess a heat dome or something. I think the real feel was like 104. It was either the real feel or like the actual temperature. I got in my truck after the race after I loaded up, and yeah, it was 104 on my friggin' computer screen, man. It was hot. I spent a long time hydrating, getting prepared for this one, and I feel like I shriveled up like a raisin by lap 2. It was hot, it was dusty, it was miserable. Could have used a little bit of rain. Now I hear 2 strokes singing behind me. Must be Waylon Daughtry on his 125. Figured I'd hold him up for a little bit. Here we go. Let him on by and eat his dust for a little bit. I think he was actually the person in front of me in this like 4-mile conga line. I feel like I was pacing him pretty good, and he was pacing the person in front of him pretty good. We're all just in a insufferable cycle of perpetuity. At least in the slower sections, you were able to get by in survival mode and not lose a lot of time, because you could crawl through the woods and that tight stuff, but once you get in the open sections, you have no idea where the trail's going. You could be easily 3rd, 4th gear, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go fall into a ravine and die. This is great. As I'm slowly zigzagging through both the left and right silty, sandy 4-wheeler ruts, figured it'd be a good time to tell you about the rebrand. Went ahead and changed my channel name. People couldn't pronounce my last name, so I figured I'd have to go with something perhaps a little more marketable, something recognizable. Somebody commented on my GNCC Talladega video. They were like, this is how you should observe a race. You know, not from friggin' Josh Toth's perspective, but some weekend warrior, smooth-brained idiot out there is having a good time. And I feel like that's... I'm going to turn my weakness into a strength. My mediocrity, we're going to celebrate it. So we're going to go balls deep in with the theme of just being quite average, especially maybe observing our beginnings of the B-Class Chronicles. I think it'll be pretty lucrative. I'm going to try to get on a little more of a regular uploading schedule. Obviously, there ain't racing every single weekend, but I feel like a good idea would be maybe every week or two, go ahead and take some GoPro footage from previous or current riding experiences, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, and just pick a trail, upload it, do a little commentary, talk about like current events and like things that are happening, and hopefully set a little more of a consistent schedule, grow the channel a little organically. Still probably gonna do some YouTube short, TikTok, ADHD, brain rot, algorithmic junk. But yeah, I think that'll be a nice step forward for the YouTubes. I think I cut out 11 minutes of silty, sandy, four-wheeler rut, sidewinder, open section action. It was incredibly boring to watch when you couldn't see anything. But we caught up to our friend here on the Yamaha, and hopefully we'll apply a little bit of pressure. I've been really nervous about this race for a while. Having my first B-Class experience the entire time leading up to it, I'm like, what if I just suck? Well, I think this round put me at ease a little bit. Not to spoil it too early, but we're going to go ahead and tell you. I got third in Open B. I'm really happy with that result. The two guys that beat me got 4th and 5th overall with like A in pro lap time. So I'm not upset about that one bit. I think I got 19th overall. Ryan hasn't uploaded the full results just yet, and recorded this on Monday afternoon. And I'm excited to see how many people were in the race overall. But yeah, I'm honestly thrilled with this result. I feel like I can probably stack up to a little more than I thought. I thought I would just get in there and flounder around and be last place on the totem pole. Once the results are uploaded, I'm excited to see how many people decided to pull off after one lap. And I don't blame them. I contemplated it. It was miserable.
You really can't see anything at all.
Getting this first B-Class race under my belt was like ripping a Band-Aid off. You know, I feel a lot less weight on my shoulders. When I was chasing championships in Southern Roots last year and then trying to place decently in Sorks, I was like trying to input prompts in a chat GPT, trying to figure out what place I needed to do the last 2 rounds to beat out my buddy for 3rd. It felt like a job. It felt like a chore. It wasn't something I really was like excited and looking forward to do. It was like, okay, I have to do this. I have to do good. But in B-Class, there's no expectations. I already won a championship, you know? If I get a trophy, that's cool. I don't expect one, not in B-Class. And I felt like it was just a little more fun. I felt a little more free as I'm casing this obstacle here. That's fun. But yeah, I got to experience a little more joy. Although this is probably like the least joyful race I've ever experienced. The amount of trauma and suffering my body and my mind endured. But yeah, no, I'm really excited. The AMA, my RPV was comically low, so I didn't have to move up, but I didn't want to not race Southern Roots because I didn't want to move up. I didn't want to miss out on racing because I was scared that at NEPG I might not get a trophy if I sign up in B. It is what it is, and I'm thankful I'm having a little more fun with it. It's less stressful, there's less expectations. I just get to go hang out with my buddies and go race some dirt bikes, dude. It's going back to being a good time. Another point is I didn't want to stagnate in C-Class. There were a couple like moments of brilliance I had last year, like winning Monkeytown and Sorks, or getting a couple of race wins in Southern Roots that I felt real good about myself. And you know what? I got to experience that, and now it's time to not experience that for a while. I'm thinking that racing with faster riders will make me a faster rider. And I remember moving up from beginner to C-Class, getting my absolute cheeks clapped every single round. I thought I was like contemplating going to Tammy or Ryan and be like, can you put me back in beginner? But I didn't. I stuck with it, and obviously I feel like I progressed rapidly after doing so, and hopefully the same thing happens with B class. Get a few of these races under my belt, race with some faster people, and hopefully some of their talent will rub off on me.
Kind of feel like throwing up.
Speaking of expectations, let's talk about the Southern Route season and what we envision for ourselves and our goal. I would love to see myself be top 3 on the season in Open B. I will unfortunately be missing the second round. I'll be at my buddy's wedding up in Providence. But yeah, I don't know if the top 2 guys that beat me today are actually going to be racing the whole series. Fingers crossed, they won't. I contemplated asking Ryan if I could sign up in 30 plus B, but I don't turn 30 until August. So I think we're going to be stuck with Open B, and we've already got a round under our belt. I don't think we have any wiggle room with drops since we're missing the second one, but we're just going to keep showing up to these. Doesn't matter if I get friggin' 7th. We're going to aim for consistency in attendance. That'll be the name of the game there. I think we see our buddy Laura up ahead. Let's go say hi.
Hi, Laura. Hi, Laura.
This section went on for what felt like miles, because it did go on for miles. It was so friggin' hot, baking in the sun, and all this sand, this terrain. You were kind of wrestling the bike in between the silt and the ruts, and it was almost non-stop gas brake, gas brake, gas brake. It wore me down quick, dude. I feel like all my actual riding techniques and instincts went out the window. It was pretty much just survival mode, utilizing my butt cheeks as grip, and my skin was coming off my hands, my blisters were killing me. I just ripped off a pretty substantial one, but nah, I felt like I rode pretty primitive, just trying to make it out alive. As soon as you get out of sand dune purgatory and you get in the woods, you feel like, all right, good, sigh of relief. No, you got this huge uphill single track section. you gotta maneuver your way up, and that recluse, dude, it's a cheat code. You just kind of give it some gas, hop on, go for a ride. If you're wondering what those Texas Roadhouse stickers are doing on my front fender, well, my good buddy Mike Waller over at the Chelsea, Alabama Texas Roadhouse went ahead and gave me a little sponsorship check. We went ahead and reached out to corporate, and they gave me some money so I can hopefully turn around and get my suspension done. I don't think I have any fork oil left. We're going to get that taken care of. Going to slap a new piston in this pig. We're at 130 hours. I think we got another month until sort starts back up. Obviously, I'm skipping round 2. I said that earlier. So hopefully we'll get a new refresh in here. Thanks to Texas Roadhouse. It's much appreciated. When we were on the line before the race, we were given the option as riders to choose if we wanted to run an hour and a half or 2 hours for the race. Due to the heat, I said 1.5. Some crazy people wanted 2, but I'm very thankful that we went ahead and chose the hour and a half. When I saw the yellow flag right there, I wanted to cry inside because I thought I was done. But no, I think I still have 2 more laps to go. I was one of the most fortunate riders on the track yesterday. Thankfully, I was the last rider to go before they threw the checker. So I was also the last rider to come back in at the end of the day. I rode for a grand total of 1 hour and 50 minutes, which is, I think, the longest out of anyone who signed up. There wasn't really a whole lot of racing action this round. I think the visibility definitely played a big role in that. Spread people out. Nobody was really going balls to the walls, and I let most people ride on by. I didn't really even bother trying to keep up with them. But we're gonna probably do a little showcase of some highlights here, wrap the video up, and we'll have a fun little outro. feel like this dude sped up as soon as he heard me coming. But don't worry, we're going to get you. We're going to get you good. I felt most comfortable in this part of the track where you actually were racing in the woods. You got to establish a little bit of flow. I felt comfy standing up and just keeping some momentum without worrying about falling down an off-camber slope into hell. Whitley Daughtry coming in clutch with the hose. Much appreciated.
Hit me, oh yeah!
I do want to give a quick shout out to Southern Roots. I thought today went friggin' great, dude. We started on time. The course was well marked. It was fun. I would have liked to see a little more woods. He couldn't help the heat. Hopefully the next couple rounds we'll have a little more actual between the pines action as opposed to super fast mode four-wheeler style. But overall, a fantastic day. My body has been rapidly deteriorating for 4.5 laps, and I feel like garbage at this point. I'm just begging for the end. I didn't realize that I'd do 5 laps. I thought in my head I'd do maybe 3, maybe 4, but no, we kept going, and very much looking forward to some hydration.
Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Kenny, how you doing? Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Holy balls.
You came through the last person before they put the checkered flag up.
Are you serious again?
I was sitting here right here looking.
That happened last time.
I know. I was like, man, don't be mad.
It was so hot.
Laura and I got our awards for the day, feeling pretty good. Let me know what you guys think about the new channel design. I think I'm going to have some fun with it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you at the next race.